Hey, and welcome to One Word Show, the most talked about show on Krypton. Too bad that place is done. So, I guess you guys can talk about us. Anyway, I'm Jason, the host, and we have a guest, which is always what happens when we have the show. Micah, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Are you excited?
Yes.
Are you guys excited at home? If not, drink some soda. That's what works for my 11-year-old. Anyway, so do you know how the show works?
Very vaguely. I've watched a couple of videos.
Perfect. We like the vague because then it makes, room for
the
whatever.
Chaos.
Yeah, for the chaos. Exactly. For those of you at home who don't know how the game works, or the show, whatever, game show, let me explain it to you. We're going to get 2 words. They're random, randomly generated. I haven't seen them. Micah hasn't seen them. Micah's
At least not today.
Not today, yeah. Not these words. She's seen words before.
I know how to read.
She does read, and
I know how to read.
Okay.
Listen.
All right. So these are
you're
words.
asking a lot of me.
They're fresh words.
Okay.
They're fresh words for her today. At least I hope they're fresh. They might be stale, but we're gonna get 2 of them. You're gonna pick one.
Okay.
Decide which one you want to talk about, and we'll
Okay.
freestyle about it for about 10 minutes.
Cool.
Does that work?
That works.
Awesome. Well, we'll get our first word then. Or first word. Wrong show. 2 words. Da-da. Our words are news and art. So we had the short word random generator going for us.
Let's go with art.
Art.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's table art for just a second. This is the part that I like to throw the curveball in.
Oh, all right.
So we'll go back to art, but why did you not choose news?
Because all of the news that I have roiling around in my brain right now is stuff that's a little radical and might turn people off of watching this video because I have opinions.
Oh, no, not opinions. That's the best reason
And
not to talk about news. Research and opinions.
And polls and other visual representation, which I don't think we have time for today.
For polls?
Yeah.
No, yeah. You're talking about like political polls?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, not like fireman polls or...
I'm just fireman polls, stripper polls, something along those lines,
Yeah, those are always... All right, there's
polls.
all factual stuff. Facts. Lots of facts.
Lots of facts.
Do you feel like news really... Okay.
News makes me feel a little
stuff.
angry, and on the color wheel that is my brain right now, I want to feel a little more green, maybe blue, maybe indigo.
Okay.
Like, news gets me into like orange, red, sometimes black if I'm really pissed off, and I don't want to be pissed off today.
Okay, well let's not do that. I feel like most of the news is fake anyway. So
That's fair, but like I take every piece as if it's true, and then I go, "Oh, here's why it's up and wrong." And then I don't want to think about that right now. So art.
okay, so that works out. We'll table the news because I don't watch it anyway. There's some news for you guys. Art. So what's the first thing that you think about when you think of art?
Well, that's a little difficult because that is such a broad term. But recently, like, music, vocal lessons, musical theater has been my art outlet. So
Okay. So you do musical theater yourself then?
I do not currently. I'm starting voice lessons on Monday, actually.
Oh, right on.
To kind of refine what I got going on, because it's a little everywhere, and I again want it to be a little more stable.
So you're trying to get the
I'm trying to get back to
peaks and valleys.
baseline.
You want to be more...
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to baseline because right now my brain is way up there,
All right.
through the ceiling.
Okay, so you want to be more Goldilocks.
Yeah,
Not so
look.
much Papa Bear, Mama Bear.
I wouldn't say Goldilocks. I'd say maybe circus ringleader.
Circus ringleader. Okay, all right, that works.
Hence the goblin energy.
Oh yeah, all right. The goblin energy is not bad at all. So
It's not a bad thing. It's just a little chaotic.
no, for sure. And who doesn't like a little chaos?
Right?
Organized people. But besides that, they don't really count. So
Organized chaos is a thing.
very much so.
Yeah.
I don't think organized people would subscribe to that theory like we would.
They would go along with it if it was absolutely necessary, but like they won't do it with a smile.
No,
Whereas it's like, oh, where's the thing you said? Oh, it's that way across the warehouse. All right, here I go.
Right.
Let's go.
Well, when we talk about organized chaos, one of the things that I think about is middle school for me.
Okay.
So I come home, and you go in a typical typical boy's room. You have piles.
Okay.
And the piles they're organized. It looks like chaos, but you've got your clean pile. You've got your mostly clean pile. And then you've got, ooh, if I wear this, I can't go out in public.
Or like I could go out in public, but oh God.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, it's in one of those but it's organized chaos. Mm-hmm. Well, I came home from school one day and my grandmother was visiting. I don't know where my mom or my dad were, but my grandma had cleaned the room spotless, and I could not find anything. I'm like, Grandma, where are my pants? She goes, you tried the dresser? I'm like, what's a dresser? And she's like, what? And I'm like,
I don't know her.
No, yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It's all the stuff on the floor. I had it organized in piles. What did you do with my stuff? And in a way, it was kind of art too. If we're getting right into it,
yeah.
I think just about anything can be art. I think some people's interpretations of that might vary a little bit.
There are definitely some like modern like art exhibits that I've gone to where I'm like, why is there one sock in this room hanging from the ceiling?
Right.
Why?
I think that doesn't make any sense to me at all. I think it's getting a little out of control. I think I read something somewhere that some person had like dropped their cell phone or something or set it down like at an art exhibit and people were taking pictures of the cell phone like it was supposed to be art.
I don't know if it was a cell phone, but there was definitely a time when someone just like set a pair of sunglasses down in the corner of an exhibit and everyone was flocking to that, and the main artist like came to the room to see how people was enjoying his art, and he was like, what the is this? Oopsies.
Our editor's gonna have a fun time with that, but
Sorry.
It's all right. We're good. We'll make it work. So art for you talked about the musical theater. Mm-hmm. What makes you want to get into that? You haven't done it before.
Well, I did in high school.
Okay, so
and I come from a very musical family. My mother was a vocal major in college. She was a coloratura soprano until thyroid grave disease took 2 octaves away from her.
Wow.
Which sucks, and her voice is still amazing. And Mom, if you're watching this, you start singing again, I swear to God.
Also, if you're watching this, Mom, make sure you click
and subscribe and share.
Hit that bell for notifications.
I'll show you how to do it on Instagram later.
Thumbs up. Absolutely. Just plug in. Shameless plug.
Just plug in. And like, my dad learned how to play guitar and bass guitar and like the drums very quickly.
Okay.
Like, he's a very quick study, and it's very impressive. And I did musical theater in high school, and my sister played the flute, and just a whole mishmash of
sure. So you come from a very
the
musical
diva
family.
Band kid trope,
yeah,
as it were.
Sure.
But like I didn't do it in college, and I backed off of it when I got a career because I have a degree in engineering, and for the time, what I needed was the structure of a spreadsheet.
Sure.
And I'm kind of sick of the structure of a spreadsheet right now. I still like playing with it. I still like logistics. I just like want to do something different. Absolutely.
Something that speaks to you a little bit more.
Yeah, which currently musical theater does because, you know, I'm obsessed with Hamilton and the SpongeBob Musical and Escape to Margaritaville. So all 3 very different types of chaotic musical energy.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was kind of...
Hamilton, like Lin-Manuel Miranda, like took in all of these inspirations from like hip hop and rap and like R&B and like Spanish, like a lot of those types of things, and like created this masterpiece. And then you look on the other side with like Cyndi Lauper and Panic at the Disco, Brendan Urie, like those types of artists.
Yep.
They created the SpongeBob Musical, and it's a masterpiece.
Sure.
It is wildly chaotic, and I would love to be Squidward on that musical. Hi, casting directors. And then Escape to Margaritaville, like my dad grew up with Jimmy Buffett. I listened to Jimmy Buffett all the time growing up.
Sure.
And I just like... nibbling on sponge cake, baby.
Yeah.
Watching the sun bake.
Yeah, there you go. Right on. Well, no, that's cool. That's and that's I did a little bit of not musical theater so much as like I did what is it called? I can't even think of it right now. It's the slapstick stuff. The
improv.
I do improv as well.
Okay.
I love that side.
Clearly.
Of it. Yeah. No. This is a great place for me to do that as well. It's what is it? It's going to drive me nuts to think of what it is right now, and I can't even... Anyway, it'll come to me later.
Okay.
But so other forms of art...
Little Maudevillian?
Yeah, kind of. It'll come to me. I know, I feel like it's right there, and it'll come to me about 2 a.m. where I won't sleep again for 4 days. It'll scare the crap out of my girlfriend. She's going to jump out of the bed thinking someone's robbing the house. It's going to be a horrible time.
She'll be fine.
She'll be all right. I only try to scare her at least once a day, so... keeping that good, which is art, which is an art form in and of itself, because you can scare someone, but then if you put some thought into it, I don't know.
You could scare someone, but if you put enough effort in, you could really terrify them.
Right. Where they like shake a little bit afterwards.
Or like you leave them thinking, what did I just encounter? And like you leave them with the thought of, you can't handle me, baby.
Yeah, no, and that's, well, it's funny because my girlfriend told us when I first started dating her, she's like, you can't scare me. And I'm like, oh, all right, challenge accepted. And I think my daughter, it's one of her favorite things to do. She'll think it out. She hides. She plans it. In fact, Rachel scares me so much.
Oh, you're terrifying.
Yes, she has me to the point now where it's such an art form for her that when I come downstairs, I literally look like a SWAT guy clearing a room. I'm looking around, coming around corners. Oh, yeah. And then she finds a new spot, and I think I'm clear, and all of a sudden she's like, rah! And I'm like, oh, there goes the rest of my heart that was working. That was horrible.
God, my husband and I watched a horror movie last night called Happy Death Day.
Okay.
Which is like Groundhog Day meets like Scream and every other 80s trope. And it follows this woman, this girl, who is just like out of her mind confident, like unearned confidence abound. And like it starts with her just like being a to everyone, like Groundhog Day, and then it's like her birthday or something, and so the first like scene, the setup ends on a music box that's like playing Happy Birthday really ominously in like a college like tunnel like walkway.
Okay.
And then she's like, haha, that's funny, and then she turns around and there's the killer.
And she's done.
And he's wearing this. No, she fights back.
Okay.
She's amazing.
Oh.
She fights back. She runs away, and then she like finally gets caught on something, and this guy like catches her and kills her. And so it's Groundhog Day in the sense of she needs to keep dying until she can figure out who the killer is, so that she can end the cycle. Because she keeps waking up the same morning on her birthday.
Huh.
And like it leads you in all these different directions of like, ooh, this might be the killer. This might be the killer. It does a very obvious setup in the beginning of who the killer is.
Sure.
But then ignores her entirely until like the denouement of the film.
Okay.
And it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. It was so much fun.
Awesome. And is that in theaters then, or is that something that's been out for a little bit?
It's been out since 2017. We watched it on like Google Play last night.
Okay, right on. So it's something that if people are watching this at home, they're like, okay, we want to go watch this now. They don't go to the theater. They just
they just go to like Google Play or YouTube, and it's like $4.99 for the rental, unless you have like the specialty Google thing that's going right now, where it's like 99 cents for a rental, no matter which movie, which is what we did.
Right.
So. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got movie art. We've got theater art.
Uh-huh.
I think food is art.
Obviously.
Yeah, I guess for those of you at home who don't know, I chef sometimes every once in a while.
Sometimes.
I cook. I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express once, and I put flavors together. Anyway, yeah, I think that food
and that's
can
an
very
entire
well.
mood. I'm hungry now.
Yeah, no. I picked the worst
Are
time.
Are we going to turn this into a cooking show?
No. It definitely will not be a cooking show. I try not to talk about that too much. And people want me to actually cook for them, and that just, that
and then it becomes an obligation, and why would you want to do that?
Sure. Yeah. What's your favorite type of art then?
Currently, it's musical theater.
Okay.
I also play clarinet, saxophone, piano, and...
but not at the same time. That'd be hard to do.
I could probably...
Maybe one of the
woodwinds. Like, if the keyboard was, like, something I controlled with my knees, like an organ, I could play the clarinet at the same time.
Yeah, no, for sure. But definitely, I guess technically you could maybe get the saxophone and clarinet at the same. That'd be really difficult. You need an extra set of hands.
You'd need, like, an extra set of hands or, like, just, like, a stand.
Sure.
But, like, my embouchure cannot maintain two instruments at the same time.
That's true.
Because they're both woodwinds, so they both require the same amount of tension.
So what would happen is you'd have good tension on this side, and you'd blow, and it'd just be air just coming out. If anybody was like, you could have a straw out front or something, and maybe like just
a straw out front that connects to a flute.
There you go. And that would close up the embouchure the way you needed it to. And now you're playing three instruments.
Or you just like attach a trumpet. Just
there you go.
Have it strapped.
Just duct tape. Strap. You got some kind of gas mask contraption on there. No, that would be all right.
I'm a one-woman band. What can I say?
Hey, sometimes you have to be though, right?
Yeah.
Where people just don't take you seriously unless you do everything.
Exactly.
Right.
Unless you do everything, or unless you're so terrifying that they're not going to question why you're doing something. Just like, I'm doing this. Okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. Sometimes you got to be terrifying. I just let the beard do that most of the time.
The beard doesn't terrify me. It's calming.
Well, no, not grown-ups. It's the small children that it tends to terrify. Oh,
okay.
yeah. No,
all
yeah.
right.
I've made, at least once a week, I make a child cry.
That's unfortunate.
I haven't done it this week yet, so I'm a little bit behind. I'll have to go out to the grocery store or something later today and just randomly, cut eyes at a kid, make him cry so I feel better about myself.
Yeah, like, that just makes me think of SpongeBob Musical, because the whole thing, like, kind of focuses on, like, how other people, like, process other people and, like,
Sure.
mental health. It's, actually really good about talking about, like, here's this person's neurodivergency and here's how they handle it. Can you see it from their perspective, or do you need to walk away?
Right.
And it's just a very good musical. And it hits a little close to home because I've been dealing with some stuff I don't want to talk about on
Sure.
a YouTube video.
No, for sure.
But, like, I can appreciate it.
Yeah, no,
So.
and the views are good. I think it's always important, whether it's art or just life in general, to have open views about things and not be closed-minded.
Yeah, well, because, I mean, that's like going into news. A lot of the issues are just people unwilling to see the other side or even meet in the middle. And sometimes that's fair, that's valid. You don't need to meet in the middle with someone who threatens your very safety as a person.
Right.
But, like, you have to understand that they've been fed a bunch of lies and by people who want to harbor that anger. And that's not my
vicious cycle.
It's not my problem, but if I can help mitigate some of those fears or help people just calm the hell down, I'll do it. I don't care.
No, absolutely.
My safety is always in danger as, a visibly queer woman, so why should I care?
No, you just got to take care of yourself. You got to look out for yourself, and you got to teach.
I need to get better at learning how to disengage when people won't back down, because that just pushes me into anger, and I don't want to come off as the angry cockroach queer all the time. I will be that person.
Sure.
But it's exhausting.
Yeah.
So.
Well, being amped up that way is always exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a toll on your body. Like, I had about 6 inches of fat padding until about a month and a half ago, and now I have, like, muscle mass, and I don't know what to do with it.
Don't punch anybody.
I'm trying not to.
It's not good.
I'm trying not to.
Although, also still an art form.
Right?
Absolutely.
The 1-2.
Exactly. Micah, anything else about art that comes to mind that we missed?
There's a ton, but I'm sure we're out of time.
There's so much, yeah. It seemed like a small word, but it's got a lot of area in there.
It's only 3 letters, but it encompasses a lot.
Absolutely, it does. Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You guys at home, you guys, gals, people, humans, puppies. No, you're not watching the show. I don't care.
Cats?
Yeah, any of you animals.
Little creatures?
We're all animals, aren't we? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it at home. Click that button to subscribe, the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. My daughter said I wasn't doing enough of those. Thumbs up. 2 of them, 4 of them. Just give me as many as you can. Also, you can see episodes just like this on onewordshow.com, and you can follow us on Facebook at One Word Show. And if you want to be on the show, which is how Mike, besides why we know each other, but she hit me up on the Facebook.
I'm also very insistent.
Yes, which is why she's here. Be insistent and Facebooky. Until next time.
Is Facebooky a real verb?
Do your own form of art.